Well, hello there. Dylan in the details, the brass fucking tacks, here to bring you another reality check. And I'm gonna answer a question that I have been asked more than any other question. Dylan, what games do you like? You're so brutally critical. Why are you so mean to all these video games? You don't even like video games, do you? Oh my god, buddy. What are you talking about there? Let me tell you, that question is a meme to me. But I'm going to play along. I'm going to answer the question because, honestly, I find it kind of fun to to engage in this meme-type question. I mean, come on now. Of course I play games. Jeez Louise. And we're going back to the past. Oh, yeah. You guys ever heard of Disaster Report? This shit was lit. Literally, dude. Everything that can go wrong in this game goes wrong. And let me tell you, it's for its time, bro. And I know people gonna give me shit, oh, for its time, of course. Nah, dude, if you knew what happened in this game, you would understand my interest in it. Because, I mean, like, buildings are fucking falling, collapsing. You actually can change the story based on a few decisions. You can completely have a different ending and a different path toward the end where, you know, you make a big decision and some things happen. And of course, you know, I'm not going to break it down too hard on this game, but it's the reality of the situation. The best way to classify this game is survival adventure because seriously, you have to survive. There's so much crazy shit happening on this island that is sinking, a man-made island sinking because, well, that's how it goes. I mean, come on now. It's aged like a motherfucker, but if we could get another one of these, I swear it'd be fantastic. I know Japan is still making them. You might be able to get one or two of them on the Switch or something like that. But I mean, you have to seriously save yourself in this game. There's not a single moment where it's like very peaceful. Well, I mean, maybe like a couple moments. Because you can't have fucking Michael Bay just constantly. And that's pretty much... That's the best way I can refer to it. I know you guys have probably seen 2012, the movie with John Cusack, and not very good. It was a CGI fest. But that's basically what it is. You're running from these collapsing buildings. The city is fucking sinking. You're trying not to drown. And you've also got these militiamen who are like corpos, pretty much. Like corporate fucking killers hunting you down because you know what's going on. You're investigating, and there's also this journalist you meet, and dudes, just trust me on this. I loved that game. Fantastic. I don't want to go too deep into it. Maybe we'll do a more in-depth review sometime when I figure out how to capture that footage. But on to the next one. Now, this is one I never hear many people talk about, and you want to talk about horror and action. Well, this is it, buddy. This is the fucking meat and potatoes right here. Unthinkable. Survive the unthinkable. Yeah, you can face up to 30 enemies at once in single and multiplayer action. Single and multiplayer. You can have up to 4 people playing at once. Back when, you know, they used to put 4 controller ports on the fucking thing. And, dude, I'm sure it hasn't aged very well. I haven't played it in a long time. But let me tell you, if we could do this type of survival, action, fucking shooter, like horror elements in there, instead of RE-verse crap and like whatever's going on with Resident Evil, I got a bad taste in my mouth from Resident Evil, dude. They fucking... Anyway, we're gonna stick with this, because right here, quality. One of my earliest Xbox games, like, first year I got it, I dug into this deep. And I never beat it because it's a hard-ass bitch. The bosses in this game are fucking insane. But the 4 characters you can play as, dude, cool as fuck. They all have, like, different kind of powers going on and shit. And I don't hear this game talked about at all. I'd love to hear what other people think of it, because this was the meat and potatoes, man. On to the next one. Oh boy. I've been wanting to talk about this one for a long fucking time. Indigo Prophecy. Oh my god. From Quantic Dream. And Atari, I guess. But holy shit. You want to talk about games where Your decision matters. You want to talk about games where what you do dictates how things play out. Well, this game's got quite a bit of that immersion selling storytelling. And it's kind of like a detective sci-fi story. I mean, I'm sure you know what it is if you're a true gamer. But I mean, you want to talk about like a video game with sex in it. This was like one of the first sex scenes I ever seen on a video game screen. Like, come on now. Crazy. I don't even know when I first played this. I just know when I played the demo, when Xbox used to send out demos with their Xbox official magazine, I was like, damn, immediately buying this, because the demo, I believe, took place in a bathroom scene where you're in a bathroom stall and you've got blood on your hands. You don't know how things happened. You're just in the bathroom, and there's a policeman about to come into the restaurant you're in. And, well, you've got to make some decisions. Are you going to wash your hands first? Are you going to try and mop up the blood first? Are you going to try and walk out of the restaurant very quickly? Are you going to try and make small talk? Literally, Indigo Prophecy, great job. Fucking great job. Back when people cared about quality. And, you know, I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm going to juice in my drawers here on that one. Anyway, on to the next game that I find very, very compelling. And yeah, it's another underrated one. These are all pretty much underrated games that I don't hear people talk about enough. The Thing. Holy shit. You want to talk about, you want to talk about scary. This fucker right here, dude. It was very hard for me to play when I was young, man, because it's so intense. Once you get past, like, the first, 40 minutes, which are pretty much introducing you to the controls and confusing as hell for a beginning stage, you know, it gets so crazy. The artificial intelligence programming in this game, dude, if someone goes crazy enough, if they're terrorized enough, and you can terrorize them, you can take away their pistol, you can take away their weapons, their armor, whatever they got. You can take their shit away and terrorize them enough, give them back their pistol, and guess what? Boom. They'll do it. Yeah, they'll do it. Literally, dude. I don't know what was going on back then with the AI and stuff, but holy shit. If we could get another one of these, or like a remaster, a remake, reboot, something, this is one of the darkest points in gaming for me. I mean, of course, these days this ain't shit to nobody, but I mean, like, dude, horrifying, gory, violent, insane, psychologically twisted. And I mean, the story's not really there. It's just pretty much the sequel to The Thing, and you're the team that goes there to find out what the fuck happened. But, well, some bad things happened to that team too, and let me just tell you, as an action, horror, extreme game, this deserves more attention than it's gotten. I do think there's one problem with The Thing, though, that is very massive. Playing it on a TV these days just really doesn't work. It's way too dark on pretty much any smart television you have, or any LCD, LED, whatever you got. It's kind of sad, because I don't remember it being that dark back in the day. And of course I can adjust my TV settings, but I'm not that type of guy. I don't do that shit. But speaking of horror and underrated, oh man, do I need to say more? Do I seriously need to say more? Manhunt. That's all I got to say. Maybe we'll talk about this more some other time, but damn. James Earl Cash. This is a brutal blood sport. Love it. Fantastic. We're going to talk about this one sometime. Okay, for my final game, most underrated game to me in my physical collection. Well, scratch that. It's one of the most underrated games of the current generation. And yes, we are still in the current generation until Sony gives me a reason, or Xbox, Microsoft give me a reason to fucking buy the new console, we're still in the current generation. And in the current generation, this is the most underrated game. You know why? Because it's a shooter, it's punk, it's Crash Bandicoot, it's everything. Platforming, jumping, fucking crazy. And people think like Apex and fucking those baby games are fun. Like, this is the original juice box right here. This is the fucking Xbox One most underrated game right here. To my knowledge, at least in my collection. There's so many good things I could say about this game. The weapons, the shooting, the melee. You don't even have to really do... You don't even have to do that stuff. You can just slide around the city and, like, do all this crazy grinding. It's a skateboarding game mixed with a fucking shooting game mixed with... dude, just play this immediately. Drop what you're doing. Play this game! And also, Buzz Osborne is featured in it, which Buzz Osborne's from the Melvins, for all of you Zoomers who don't know what good music is. But, yeah, co-op 1 to 8. I never played co-op, but I know they really loved supporting the gamer in the early days with this. They'd have updates on these televisions that you could walk up and watch, and it'd play in real time. This is more impressive than basically all of the games that have come out for the supposed next generation. Like, dude, Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, kiss my foot, then my ass, and then my foot again, because, well, you dropped the ball. You dropped the ball big motherfucking time. This right here, I could return to it pretty much at any point. Yeah, Insomniac Games, goddamn, I'll be a son of a bitch. Like, there's just... come on! So, in other words, I play games, but this doesn't have to be the proof right here. Maybe I'm just a collector, which, hell no, I'm not. But don't take my word for it. Next week, I'd like to go down the list of games I've played most. The most hours put into these games. What have I played the most? We'll find out.
Next week on AMC's The Walking Dead.
No. We're going to find out next week, though. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, folks. Those are just some of the games I really, really enjoyed. I've got many others. If you'd like me to go back to the past, deeper, let me know down in the comments. Have a great day, folks. Appreciate you stopping by. We're going to hang out sometime soon. Thanks again.